There was a time when I used to outsource my decisions and called it getting advice. When I started my online business, I used strategies and systems that never felt aligned, but I assumed others knew best. In this video, I'm going to share how I started to listen to my inner knowing, do what felt right for me, and let some of the expert advice fall away. And that's really when things started to move differently for me. Hello, my name is Krista, and I guide and support women to really tap into their inner wisdom, their inner guidance, to trust what it is saying and to act on it so they can make confident and aligned and powerful decisions. If you would like first steps into hearing your inner voice, I have a free resource in the description. You can check out an audio practice that might be helpful to reconnect with that. So I'm going to share my story about when I started my online business. I came from a health and wellness background. I had zero tech, zero business experience. I really knew nothing about this. So I did a fair amount of research and I spoke to a lot of people, and I found a woman who was a business coach who specialized with health and wellness professionals, getting them set up, getting them to be able to make a program, get clients, all of it. It was a kind of a one-stop place, and they did the tech setup for me. So this really was what I needed. As I said, I was pretty naive. I didn't know what I was doing. So she was very helpful to get me started. But over time, I started to things didn't feel right, and I didn't even have at first the questions for it. But gradually, I started to notice that things just didn't feel right to me. Everybody else was having a lot of success. She had been very successful in her own business and helping other people. But things were just not adding up, just felt uncomfortable. For example, a lead magnet is just something that I just talked about in what I just shared. She would want us to do 6 emails right afterwards, and it never felt right to me. It just felt like it was far too much. And again, but I didn't stop doing this because she was the expert. This is how you do it. This is the system that it works. So I followed along for quite some time. I also remember getting a sales script with learning how to, if people said no, learning how to manage these expectations. And it felt almost manipulative. It felt salesy. It felt a little cringy. It did not feel like me at all. And I did it for a while until I couldn't do it anymore. It did not feel right for me. And so that's what I want to share with you too. This system might have worked for her. It probably did, and it worked for many other people, but it didn't work for me. And I think you have to recognize what works for you. You are different. But I trusted her so much because she had experience, she had success, she had lots of clients, and I trusted her more than I trusted myself initially. And I think that's not uncommon as well too. Even though I was not getting the results that I was, not to say promised, but I wasn't getting the results because it wasn't aligned to me. And I just kept going until I kind of needed to see this, that I needed to make a shift, that I needed to make a change. And that's one of the things I want to share with you today. You know if something just feels not right. But again, this was a process. I had to learn this myself. And gradually, over time, I did start to do things differently. And they probably weren't the right way as everybody else was doing it. But I started to learn. I started to trust myself. The more I did this, things started to flow differently. And I was really happy about that. And also, if we think about it, when I look back now, I see that this is not just in business. That's just one aspect. But for many people, we do outsource a lot of our decisions. We look to others for their expertise, and sometimes denying what feels right and true to us. In society too, we're taught, what's normal. What's normal is we go to school, we might do post-secondary school somewhere, we get a job that we stay at for many years, we buy a house, we get all that kind of stuff. It's just what's normal. And It is for maybe a lot of people, but it's not for everybody else. Also, the algorithm, which you probably have heard about as well too. There's ways of behaving so the algorithm likes you, so you get likes, and it's performance based as well too, even if it doesn't feel right for you. But it's kind of part of our culture where we're kind of told this is what you do and this is how you perform, and these are the results that you will get as well too. So but a lot of that, as I talked about, that it didn't feel comfortable, it didn't feel right to me. I wanted someone to say, yes, what you're doing is right, but I didn't get that because I wasn't willing to kind of keep going into something that didn't feel right. And I had to kind of learn this for myself. But once I started to make decisions that were truly my own, that I felt aligned with, that felt right, that's really when things started to shift in a big way. And I'm sure there might be aspects in your life where you've outsourced a lot of your decisions in the name of this is what you do, even though deep down things just didn't feel true or right for you. And you're getting that resistance, and you might not be getting the results that you're desiring as well too. So no one else lives your life. You live your life. You live in your body. You know what feels right for you. And I think to really start to recognize that and act on it is where I'd like you to start to consider that as well too. Self-trust does not come from getting the right answer. It really comes from just trusting your own answer time and time and time again until this slowly starts to compound. Really, that's the basis of it. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes intention, but slowly over time, you really do get that self-trust in yourself that really you can do anything at that point. So if you have a situation in your life where you've outsourced a lot of your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, and you're kind of backing up against that, share in the comments below. I'm sure you are like many of us. We've experienced this ourselves. And I'll mention again, once again, if you want that free resource in the description to start to tap into your interior voice, you can download that. And by the way, I promise you will not get 6 emails following that. Again, I learned my lesson the first time. I apologize to those women that got the 6 emails way back when, but you will just get the 1 email. So I'm wishing you all a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.